On behalf of the Commission, we thank you for the opportunity to present our views, and if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you very much. Next.
Good afternoon. My name is Rachel Shapiro, and I'm here with my colleague Emily Tatro. We are Georgetown Law students with the Community Justice Project, a legal clinic that works with nonprofit and government clients to tackle complex issues of social justice. We are proud to be working with the Office on Returning Citizen Affairs to develop and implement a plan to more effectively serve returning citizens. For the past 3 months, we have been talking to providers all over DC, assessing barriers to reentry and learning about best practices. The result? We have developed 2 innovations at ORCA that will be critical to reducing recidivism. Before my colleague discusses these products, let me explain why increasing ORCA's resources a small amount today could make an enormous difference in the lives of returning citizens and for all of DC. Imagine that today you were released from prison. Because DC no longer has a prison, you could be incarcerated anywhere in the country. Over 20% of DC citizens convicted with a felony are imprisoned over 500 miles from home, from friends, from family, and DC providers that could support you when you get out. And today, when you were released from prison, you were probably given a few dollars and a bus ticket, and that's it. Now you've arrived, and here's what's running through your mind. How am I going to find a safe place to sleep? How am I going to get job training, medical care, substance abuse treatment? How am I going to stay out of prison? Each year there are approximately 8,000 formerly incarcerated people returning to DC, and they are looking for a way to stay home. But about half of those released will be reincarcerated within 3 years. If today you return from prison, let's take a look at what you are facing tomorrow. DC has many incredible service providers, but all too often they only talk to and refer people within their specific networks. That means you will be forced to make uninformed guesses about where to go, to take risks and spend time and money going all over DC only to find that you didn't make it to the right place. These dead ends lead to discouragement, disengagement, and ultimately recidivism. ORCA can change that by being the first point of contact for returning citizens and coordinating access to intensive services. Our conversations with providers taught us that excellent providers do 2 things. First, they give clients great advice earlier in the transitional process, and 2, they provide one-on-one intakes and referrals. My colleague Emily Tatro will explain how our plan for ORCA puts that knowledge into action and the resources it requires. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Tatro.
Good afternoon, Chairman. My name is Emily Tatro, and as Rachel said, I'm also a student at the Georgetown Law Community Justice Project. And we've been working with ORCA for the last several months, asking ourselves how we can make a small change that is going to make a huge impact on the way that ORCA serves returning citizens. And we have some answers for you today. I'm going to tell you how a little support from you will go a long way at ORCA. First, returning citizens need good advice earlier. We've created a simple pamphlet to give returning citizens basic step-by-step advice and essential contact information while they are still incarcerated. It is professionally designed, cheap to reproduce, and easy for ORCA to distribute to prisons across the country. Second, we have developed a personalized, efficient intake and referral system. When you walk into ORCA, you will be greeted by an intern, volunteer, or staff member who will work with you one-on-one to methodically assess your needs. Then, they will put together a packet of referral flyers just for you. From housing to medical care to GED preparation courses, each returning citizen will walk away with a tangible product that says the DC government is working for them. No more wandering around DC, wasting time and money, or duplicating the efforts of other agencies. ORCA can send you directly to the right places. That ends inefficiencies and prevents discouragement. For ORCA to implement the system and reduce recidivism in DC, they need a little more than they have in their limited budget. We've given ORCA the tools to help them bring the system to life and make it a game changer for thousands of returning citizens. Just 2 additions to ORCA's budget will make a difference. First, Orca needs funding to professionally reprint the pamphlet once each year, to reprint their flyers in-house, and to send the pamphlet out to prisons. Second, Orca needs a full-time case manager to oversee the new intake and referral system that we've designed. This ensures that volunteers are well-trained, that the intake and referral system functions at full capacity to serve the thousands of clients that Orca sees each year, and that returning citizens are quickly engaged in making a successful transition home. This small amount of funding allows Orca to serve more people better. Orca is making strides towards providing efficient, effective service. So why invest in this agency? Because investments in returning citizens outside of prison means spending less on keeping citizens in prison. Returning citizens make up around 10% of the DC population. That's 60,000 individuals. Their struggles and triumphs resonate throughout the district. They are our dedicated workers, our consumers, our activists, our voters, our parents. If we want a prosperous DC, we need to make reentry a reality and bring them home for good.
Thank you very much, Mr. Syndrome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. All those with the sound of my voice. Michael Syndrome, disabled veteran, served our country more than most.